Hello, people of YouTube. This is Gray's Guitars. I am Steve Gray. Thank you for watching. Today we're talking about The Last of Us. I've been watching that recently. I think the final episode of the season comes out tomorrow night. And we're going to be talking about Taylor's acoustic guitar version of it. So there was a Taylor acoustic guitar. It's a 314C is the model, or CE maybe. And it was really expensive. So it was like a very limited edition run, extremely expensive guitar. Not a lot of people could afford it. I think they only made a very select few out of them. Just going to Google Shopping here. There was one on Reverb, I thought. There it is. The original run, the 314 CE Limited Edition Part 2 for $10,000. I don't know if it was that expensive when they initially sold it, but I do know it was pretty pricey. But it is all gloss. This new one looks to be more of a satin finish, so if that annoys you, then this may not be the guitar for you. But we'll go ahead and take a look here. So this guitar offers a one-of-a-kind connection to the legacy of Joel, Ellie, and the enduring spirit of survival. Taylor capitalizes on the Last of Us hype with a custom replica of the acoustic played by Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey on the hit HBO series. If this Apocalypse is all high-end Taylor acoustics with V-Class bracing, maybe it won't be so bad after all. So here's the future to ponder. The world is brought to its knees, society collapses, and Apocalypse visits us from a fungal infection. Sounds terrible, right? And yet you survived in the post-apocalyptic wasteland. The chances are you'll be playing a high-end acoustic guitar made by the good old people at Taylor. Sounds far-fetched, but this is where we are with the Prestige TV drama. And if you've been watching HBO's The Last of Us, you'll recognize that this is the life that Pedro Pascal, Joel Miller, and Bella Ramsey, Ellie Williams are living. And you make your doomsday prepping every bit as musical because Taylor has just unveiled an exact replica of the 1314E, I think it's supposed to be CE, Grand Auditorium cutaway you see the pair play on the show. We love a Taylor guitar as much as the next post-apocalyptic survivor, but in a world ravaged by a fungal infection, we would rather have a tube of ointment. Maybe that's is in the guitar case. Tim O'Brien, Taylor VPs of Marketing, draws the link between Taylor's guitars and the hit show that many of us have missed. The Last of Us story of resilience, connection, and finding beauty amid harsh realities, themes that resonate with the emotion expression as Taylor guitar offers. Players, says Tim O'Brien, Taylor's VP of Marketing, we're honored to collaborate with HBO, Sony Pictures, Costume Production to bring this instrument to life. The Last of Us certainly ticks the boxes for resilient. There are all solid tone woods here, solid thick spruce top, solid staple on the back and sides, a satin smooth finish. Under the hood, you got the classic V-class bracing. This will sing all right. There are no electronics, but we're on a ruined planet. Are you going to find a workable acoustic amp? Exactly. You know that's fair. That is fair. Although I probably, for the price of this, I probably would have preferred there to be like a Fishman or something in there. Other Taylor details are presented and correct. This means a West African Cremolay ebony fingerboard, topical mahogany neck. Other details are more decorative. This is the Taylor showing off and making this one for the collectors, whether you watch the show or not. So when you go to their website, I believe it's a CE, but they're calling it the C model. The main difference, obviously, is the price, and you get the fancy inlay there of the moth on the 3rd fret. As well, you do get a nice hard case with it, too, which is delightful, but $2,800. Now, if you were to buy just the CE model from Taylor, I don't think they offer it in this specific finish at the moment. And you're looking at $2,500. So essentially, you are paying a $300 upcharge for a different finish. We'll actually go ahead and see. Well, let's do an A/B comparison here. Yeah, we'll just pull this up on Guitar Center. That should be able to show us the specs anyway. More details. There we are. Specs. So let's see. Cutaway, solid thick spruce top, back and sides are solid staple or shapely, however you say that. Taylor V-class bracing. Neck Looks like, yeah, all the same there. The West African ebony, tropical mahogany, neck finish is satin. You are losing the electronics. This looks like have a pickup preamp system, the expression system 2. So you are unfortunately losing that. Why they didn't keep that with the guitar, I don't know. It looks like there's only one finish offered. I think the most of this, by the looks of it, is gloss, but the neck is satin. Very similar to the acoustic that I actually own, my Yamaha. But this is obviously made in the USA, so it's going to be more expensive. The back and sides, it might all be satin as well. But if I'm going to exit out of that one here, and we'll exit out of this one. This, I think, is the original limited edition run. Let's go to Reverb here. This looks high gloss. This whole thing looks high gloss. Yeah, so, yeah. Yep, so limited edition. So that's going to be the difference, too, but do you really want to spend $10,000 on a guitar? I mean, when you can get this for $2,800, I mean, it's probably one of those satin finishes too, where you can definitely kind of buff it up to a semi-gloss. I know satin ends up doing that anyway. I have currently one satin guitar, I think, my Gibson SGJ. It's just a Gibson SG. It's like an SG special, essentially. It's got a satin finish, and everywhere you play, the neck has become shiny. With the armware section has become shiny too, and that's what's going to happen with this. Where you play it will shine it up. So you could theoretically do a little bit of a polish on this to get that semi-gloss shine. Me, I don't know. You know, I have a nice acoustic. Do I need another acoustic? Not really. Do I like The Last of Us enough to buy this guitar? Possibly, but ultimately, you know, you're both gaining a couple of cool features and also losing the electronics, which is kind of annoying because you can play an electric acoustic. You can play it without the electronics. You know, you don't have to plug the thing in. You can just strum it. My acoustic is an acoustic electric as well. My Yamaha ACR3, I believe it is, or 3R. I always get that mixed up. But you know, it sounds fantastic both ways, plugged in and not plugged in. And yes, you can buy a pickup for this thing, but I think that would have been, for the price, that would have been nicer. Maybe they're knocking it down because maybe they have to pay the show something to include The Last of Us on there. There might be something that Taylor has to pay for that. It wouldn't surprise me if somebody's getting a little bit of money. The show production or the video creators of the video game, something along those lines. That would not surprise me one bit. So that might have been a cost-saving measure. But it's essentially, it's just a CE. You got a different inlay, you got a different finish on it, different color, and you don't have the electronics. That's ultimately what the differences are. Whether you think that's worth the extra $300 and not having the electronics, I mean, that's ultimately going to be up to the consumer, but I think it's popular enough where there'll be people that buy these just to display them. So they want, oh, hey, look, I have the Last of Us guitar. I know they've used other guitars. They've used a Martin, I think D28 in the show as well this season. And they just have a bunch of guitars lying around. So it wouldn't surprise me if other companies, you know, maybe decide to get on the hype of this too, make a replica guitar. But ultimately, it's the Taylor. That's the one that's primarily shown with the cool inlay that Joel made in the game with his Dremel tool. So there it is. There you have it. Go watch the show. I'm not here to to debate politics of the show right now. I personally enjoy it. You know, I go into it. Sometimes you just got to go into it expecting nothing so you're not disappointed. And a lot of TV shows are like that. It's not high, because a TV show is not high stakes for people. You just watch it. You don't like the first episode or two, you stop watching it. It's not that big a deal. No one's forcing you to continue to watch the entire show. So that's all I can say is I enjoy it. Go watch a couple episodes, see if you like it. If you like the game, I think you'll like the show. Until next time, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, leave a like, share, comment, all that good stuff down below. And as always, have a good one.